Hello, friends. Today's going to be a wild, weird day. So let's hope everything works. It doesn't explode into a giant fireball. Hello. Sorry for the late start. Sorry for the short stream today, everybody. Just so y'all understand what's going on, I woke up and I just had a massive headache. I just been chugging water, had an Advil and coffee. I've just been very out of it. So basically my brain pretty much just started working again, and that is why the stream is now on. Some of you guys will be seeing this on the YouTube today as well. Please, if you guys notice anything that seems really weird, if you go to the sub chat, I had to move everything back to XSplit in order to be able to run the stream like this. So there are going to be probably a good amount of things that don't work perfectly. And we're just going to have to deal with that, honestly, because there's just way too much shit right now. So I'm trying to figure it out piece by piece. Oh, yeah, I don't care if there's more of a delay on the YouTube stream. That doesn't really matter. I can lower the there's like a latency setting for it, and I left it on the normal one just because I didn't know if it would work well or not. The bitrate that I'm pumping through the YouTube stream is a little more than 3 times the amount of bitrate I'm pushing through the Twitch. So if you are a subscriber to the stream and you want to help out today, the best thing that you could do, I'm not going to be reading the YouTube chat, just for anybody wondering, because I have to give myself plausible deniability that I'm not trying to do anything that's going to break my contract, basically. That's why the YouTube stream is also unlisted and only available for subs. So you guys let me know. And then obviously the VOD of it should exist afterwards. And then hopefully we'll have a nice full VOD of today's stream there. So if you're watching this on the YouTube, there's not going to be any of the music. I've kind of set everything up in a way that the YouTube stream will get the in-game sounds. The YouTube stream is going to get the in-game sounds, and then it's also going to get my microphone in terms of audio. So this basically just so I don't have to worry about copy strikes or any of that BS. This is also somewhat of a test for my PC setup for the streaming PC. The streaming PC is running both, so you should have 1440p at 30,000 kilobits per second on the YouTube page. So it should look disgustingly good is the goal. It should look just absolutely bonkers, crazy nice. And that is definitely something that I'm very interested in making sure that we get to maintain, uphold. I guess the only other thing I forgot to do, I'm going to have to pop out a chat window on this because, yeah, I just pretty much, I did this the dirty way today. XSplit has a feature to just straight up import your scenes from like OBS. So I'm just I literally just told XSplit to just run my OBS stuff there. So that's just the way that is set up right now. And that's basically just so I don't have to think about whether or not, both streams match. So with this method, the stream should match perfectly with a little bit more delay on the YouTube today. I'm going to try decreasing the delay on the YouTube stream probably tomorrow. It's a work in progress type situation. I just want to make sure that the settings don't break anything. If you guys feel me on that, I just want to make sure that the settings don't break anything. So as long as the settings don't break anything, you know, then we're fine. So today I won't mess with the settings. That way we just see if it works or not. And then tomorrow we can start to tweak and mess with stuff. You have a title text in the upper left of the overlay. Oh yeah, it broke all of that. It broke everything like that. I don't even know which one that is. Is that the countdown? Yeah, I had a countdown on here for some reason. There you go. It's gone. There's going to be some random stuff because I just used XSplit's scene importer for OBS because I wanted to spend more time setting it up this morning and then actually being live around 10 a.m. But Katie and I got up at like 7:30. I got up at 7:30 and then I just suddenly, as soon as I tried to get out of bed, I took a shower and then I just had a massive migraine. So I didn't know. So I was just like, so I basically just spent the last couple hours sitting in bed, drinking water, And yeah, no, that's pretty much it. So plan for today, at least for our fun little half test stream, half real stream. Assuming everything goes well, it'll be a normal real stream. We are going to play some StarCraft. I'm going to play some more StarCraft on the Korean server. And that's pretty much the plan. It looks good on your 1440p monitor, but it seems soft when there's text on the screen. Yeah, I think there's a couple of issues that I'm gonna need to put a bit more time into fixing. So right now the YouTube stream isn't actually the proper 1440p because I can't run XSplit in 1440p and stream in 1080. At least I don't think I can. I don't know. I tried to do that. I tried to figure out how to do that, but I don't know if I can actually make XSplit stream in a lower resolution than the canvas, which is, you know, I'm sure that there are going to be other ways to figure it out and fix it. But at the moment, XSplit is, I don't know if there's a way to make OBS do a direct show output. I think NDI uses way more resources than I'm necessarily comfortable with trying to do, even on the same machine. But possibly NDI could be a solution with multiple instances of OBS. That just gets weird. I'd rather have two programs that just, you know, work. So right now it's just going to work, but the 1440p stream is going to be higher quality. The 1440p stream is going to be higher quality, but today it's going to be a little bit soft because it's actually, I'm stretching 1080 over it, but it'll still look a lot better. It'll still look a lot better because it will still look a lot better because we're going to have access to the bit rate. The 30,000 bit rate is going to be pretty sick. The capture card that I use for the stream supports up to 60 megabits per second, and we're using 30 megabits for the stream right now, which is pretty overkill for 1440p 60 FPS. But honestly, I think that's fine because that's probably, I'm still going to probably aim for about 30,000 kbps when I'm streaming what's it called? In 4K. So I'm probably going to try and keep everything at least somewhat in that level. So with that being said, I'm going to turn off the music here. I'll turn on the in-game StarCraft music. And this should be the first other sound coming through now on the... So you guys should be getting some of the sound coming through now onto the YouTube stream from the game. I'm just going to join like a Direct Strike lobby. All of the lobbies are full. That's okay. Your voice is the best ASMR. Hell yeah. Is there a link for the YouTube stream? Yeah, the YouTube stream is going to be a sub perk. Basically, so people who are subscribers, I'm going to have that link be updated in the Discord. I don't really have a whole lot of experience of trying to do live stream stuff on YouTube. So I'm just like, at the moment, you know, I'm just like, I'm going to just kind of let it be a little bit messy. And then we'll figure stuff out. So I had to do everything manually today. I'm sure at some point I'll be able to automate the process. I'd be really surprised if they forced you to go through all of the settings for the stream every single time you want to turn it on. But, yeah. So I've got both previews open here. They appear to be within 5 milliseconds of each other. The delay on the YouTube stream is so disconcerting. Well, I don't want to try lowering the latency on it in case it bugs out for some other reason. You see yourself typing and then 30 seconds later it shows up on stream. Nice. That alert sound the alert sounds will not show up on the YouTube stream because there's some music and whatnot. And if anybody donates a song, I don't want to get copy striked or anything. So, yeah. 5-year sub poggers. Thank you, Kadaka, though, for that 60 months. My man. Yeah. So I'm excited about this, though, because at the very least, like right now, the way that I have it set up, it's just the XSplit, the YouTube stream is going to mimic the Twitch stream in terms of what's on it visually right now completely. But eventually I should be able to separate that as well. I just need to find... Honestly, I'm going to just need to probably most likely, unless there's a direct show add-on for OBS to be viewable as a source for other unless I can get OBS to be a viewable source for other programs, I'm gonna have to probably just do NDI between 2 instances of OBS, and that could end up being a real big pain in the ass. So I'm gonna try and avoid that if I can. And I have this scene, and this should just work. Why do I have so much money? I'm like, let me spend my money, boy. Did they get a new weekly brawl for this? Raid boss, stockpile, aura. Nice. Who am I? I am Alarak. I guess I probably want a life per second. That kind of makes sense. Nah, let's get air. Get the energy regen and try and get ourselves some High Templar duties. His ascendants. Nice thing about opening with a Havoc with Alarak is being able to kind of do that. Haven't seen Nate in a while. He should change his background to an alleyway. He looks homeless. That's true. I should. Gamers are athletes too. They exercise their fingers. Why is chat more cancer than normal? What are you talking about? There was one guy who made a, I'm gonna just assume a weird, distasteful joke, but I didn't find it very offensive personally. I think we're good. That upgrade takes some time though. So these guys should have the extra energy regen, right, with that aura that I've got. Plus 25%. And the extra range should be nice. Where is the... Oh, that's the Thor button, right? Raid boss is just kind of an interface piece. Look like an 80s hockey player. Nice. Olympian. Well, you know, uneducated people don't understand why you would wear wristbands playing games, so I'm not gonna make fun of him or insult him just because he doesn't know shit. Just get all the abilities. Just give me all of them. I want Mind Blast first though. With the extra energy, it should become like a cooldown liability more than anything else. So we get a few of those upgrades out. Asia's barrier. That's a tanky AF Marauder though. I feel like an immortal that big should do more damage. It does do more damage, but I feel like it should do even more. You ready to get a haircut? Yeah, I'm trying to find a barber right now. I don't want to go to a crappy cheap barber. So that's where I am right now. I'm like, I need to get it there. Oh yeah, the extra 2.5 range applies to these guys too. For their memes. What kind of shampoo do balds use? I think bald people just wash their hair. I think you could just use soap. I think you just wash your head, right? Supply bunker. Oh yeah, I forget about that shit sometimes. When you want that assimilated, but you know you shouldn't. Only need body wash, showers done in 5 minutes. There you go. The nice thing though is these guys shouldn't expose themselves as much because they also benefit from that extra range. He doesn't use he doesn't use a lot of his abilities by default. Only need body wash. How does it look on the YouTube stream, by the way? Does it look nice and clear and crisp? It'll look better once I can get the proper resolution settings in. Yeah, he doesn't use that ability on his own, the E. He hardly uses the E on his own. It's been a good run. I appreciate you, Larry Dane. Nothing lasts forever. I know this all too well. It's a lot of roaches. I guess I should get some Vanguard dudes, huh? Nice meme. So many upgrades for Alarak. That was annoying. Oh yeah, that's bad. Oh, Vanguard actually didn't do too terribly there. I think he's just gonna clap our cheeks, man. Well, to be fair, he did drop his Thor, dude, right? Looks upscaled, but the bit rate is very good. Haven't seen any aliasing or artifacts at all. Nice. Yeah, especially on this too, right? It'd be better test when we get into a game and there's a real game and there's like action and stuff. I like starting with direct strike though, just making sure things don't blow up. You know, but the fact that you can't set it up like Twitch, well, I mean, maybe somebody one day will make an embed page or some weird thing that can stitch the YouTube video together with the Twitch chat. I know some people were in the YouTube chat. If you guys want to use that like a sub chat, that's fine. I just won't be reading it because I only have so much space. I might need to get a third screen for this setup if I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah, those immortals do work on the roaches. Jesus. Oh yeah, Alarak's immortals are fucking sick. Alarak's immortals are absolutely dirty. They got buffed like a patch or two ago as well, I think. Trying to do some more interesting strategical maneuvering, you know. I see a puppy laying on the floor on his back in the other room. Katie went to pick up dog Snacks and Nathan Snacks. Katie spent her whole freaking morning just making sure I didn't fall over and die in bed today. She's nice. Katie's the best. I felt like such shit earlier. I'm glad I got my brain back at least. Maybe. These guys are disgusting, actually. Good God. Okay, yep. You know what? If I'm fighting the roach guy, fuck it. Just more. Why would I not just build more of these immortals, you know? That one immortal is also just like, or that one marauder dude is just really tanky too, I think, because that's like one of the benefit of Manx marauders, right? He gets like the crazy powerful defense thing. Katie is actually the best. Katie is the best. All right, but now I've got 4 of these chunks with +2. Oh my god, these roaches just... I'm not gonna lie, it's actually very satisfying watching them all blow up like this. I am enjoying myself. I am enjoying this. The power. Feels good. Yeah, those immortals single-handedly could just kill every single fucking unit they have. JFC. Damn. I said damn. Yeah. Well, now I really want my 4K monitor even more, because if I get that, the only reason why it's such a pain in the ass to pull all the sources in. The camera is one thing. The camera, I'll need to find a way around using the camera in 2 applications at once, but if I get to 1 PC, then I don't know. I still don't really think going to 1 PC makes sense anymore, but are we just gonna win here? I should have used my Thors. I should have used my Thors. Three, 2, 1. Ho, ho, ho! Your time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. My time is now. Yeah, we win. Look how many frickin' fricks I have. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh shit, they're bringing out their Thors. But that's why we waited until we could drop 10 of them at once. Roaches die on contact. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It's over, baby. It's over! So many Thors right at my door. That air horn did not play on the YouTube stream though. I'll have to see if I could do something about that. Because I switched back to XSplit, I don't have anything really set up for XSplit in terms of my actual hardware or anything. So we're gonna take this more casual as far as like switching scenes or anything goes. So y'all are just gonna have to deal with that. Big time plays. There we go. This is the right account. Nice. Cool. Let's clap some cheeks. Probably just gonna play for a few hours today. I don't wanna push myself too hard if I get a headache or something again. So we'll just have some fun, play some StarCraft games. We're on our quest to try and hit GM. Try to get our Grandmaster on Korea. Be pretty freaking dope. Look at that, 5K MMR Protoss. Is it true Vegas has the highest gonorrhea rate in North America? I wouldn't know. Thankfully, I brought my woman from out of town. And my own penis from out of town. Which thankfully do not have gonorrhea.
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more. Not enough minerals.
Face twitch. Sub Simp Lord. It's a good name.
Build some supply depots. Don't be like me, please.
Oh, Protoss player to start things off though.
Minerals
Don't cheese
grow
me,
on
please.
trees, you know. Not enough minerals.
Speaking of North America, is this an NA server? It should be in the stream title today. At least on Twitch. I did just title the YouTube stream backup. I'm not gonna lie though, it feels pretty sick. I'm streaming 8,000 kilobits per second to Twitch, and I'm streaming 30,000 kilobits per second at the same time to YouTube. I haven't dropped any frames, and it feels awesome. I'm not gonna. I just need to. Yeah, I need to say that. It feels awesome.
Not enough. Landing sequence interrupted. You don't have enough Vespine gas.
뭔 일 있어요? 라자, 무슨 일이죠? 뭔 일 있어요? 예, 알았다고요. 예, 대장님. 예, 대장. 네. 아, 예. 안 좋은 일인가요?
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
후방체.
Your
계속하세요.
command center's got some new toys.
계속하세요.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
안 좋은 일인가요? 저승사자가 도착했다. 뭔 일 있어요? 안 좋은 일.
This could get difficult if he proxied me, but
간다고. 무슨 일이죠? 말해. 후방 지원. 네. 건설로봇 준비. 다음은 누구니?
You need to build that somewhere else. Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Not
but you guys on the YouTube stream should be able to hear the in-game song, the in-game audio. That should all be working well, hopefully.
사신이 두렵지.
Like a megabit? Like if you pay for internet, that number they tell you, that's what that is.
건설로봇 준비.
If you pay for 20 up and like 100 down, those are in megabits.
중요한 일인가? 오, 예. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
add-ons finished.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 망했다.
Nani?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Command center upgrade.
출동 준비 완료.
Well, I wasn't able to scout him at all, which sucks.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 안 좋은 일인가요? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 무슨 일이죠? 마음대로 하세요. 한판 붙어볼까요, 송이?
Yeah, if you don't get that opportunity to scout, you just gotta next best thing, right?
건설로봇
Gotta
준비
drop that
완료.
scan. A scan costs a lot of your future potential economy in order to utilize, but
Supply depots are great. Build more or die.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 에이,
You can't build.
이번엔 곧 기다리고 있었습니다.
Add-on done. Swap away. Poor thing's all out of energy. Minerals don't grow on.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 계속하세요.
출격 준비 완료.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 자, 빨리. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
뭘 도와드릴까요?
건설로봇 준비 완료. 자, 뭔 일 있어요? 준비 끝났. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 몸이 근질.
Your add-on is complete. Not enough minerals.
잘 들립니다.
여기 지원이 준비 완료.
You're gonna need more gas to fuel those needs. That looks cool, but you can't build there.
해방이 필요하신가요? 물론이죠.
건설로봇
he was
준비
fast
완료.
on that. Well, this guy's like Grandmaster, so
이번엔 건설로봇
it's a warm-up game. I know it sounds so lame, so very, very tame, but it's a warm-up game.
Not enough energy.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
엔진 소리 죽이는데?
건설 갑니다. 간다고요.
그렇게 하죠.
후방 지원 대기 중.
The enemy's taking fire at your
건설로봇
forces.
준비 완료. 연료 채웠습니다. 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 안 좋은 일이. 다음은 누구?
One of these.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇
Oh, it was just an all-in. Oh, okay.
Your research is ready.
건설로봇
Oh, he's gonna blink all in me always. So he was always just gonna blink all in me. That's fine. That's a bad build to do versus a blink all in, but it's kind of impossible to know if I lose my scout. J Rich woke his dog up by listening to music too loudly. If he's GM, you're close. Yeah, I'm very good at StarCraft. I'm actually extremely good at this game.
It's time to kick things off.
I think I can get it.
안 좋.
It's gonna take some time. I'm in no
Bills pay
rush.
bills. Mine more.
All I have to do is accomplish it in just a long enough frame of time that it's not too fast for people to not care, and it doesn't take too long for something more interesting to happen or come out for me to play instead, you know?
뭔 일?
There you go. Boom, boom.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Is this the same guy?
계속하세요. 무슨 부? 에이, 네. 에이, 무슨
Supply depots don't build themselves, you know.
Man, I don't care.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 아, 뭔일 있어요? 어이? 무슨 일이죠?
Only I could veto one more map, you know what I mean?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Just not enough vetoes.
안 좋은 일.
This map in particular is pretty awful for Terran versus Protoss.
뭔일 있어?
There's some meme stuff you can do, but there's just a lot of different angles they can try and kill you with blink stalkers especially.
후방
So we just got to be careful about that.
안 좋은 일이.
Trying to do a mind drop, actually really trying to do any harass if a Protoss player is all inning you. Harass versus Protoss is kind of pointless.
예.
Yeah, see, he's gonna,
에이, 깜짝이야. 뭔-
he's already planning on all inning me, so.
후방 지원. 에이, 깜짝이야. 무슨 아, 무슨 출동 준비 완료. 자, 빨리. 무슨 후방 지원. 에이, 깜짝이야.
Command Center 2.0 ready to go.
뭔 일이
Workers
있어요?
win games. Protect them.
에이, 갑니다. 간다고요.
This might be the same guy.
Additional supply.
See what he does. Hey, Curistic, happy Friday, my dude.
예, 아, 무슨 에이, 깜짝.
Even if the YouTube feed ends up in the long run having, you know, a delay or whatever, I don't think that'll be the end of the world.
네, 갑니다.
I think we still got a lot of positives we can hopefully take away.
네. 다음은 누구니? 에이, 무슨
I suppose the right play here.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 그렇게 하죠.
Try to squeeze as many factories as I can, get some Marines out.
후방 지원.
Your SCVs are being
Depots.
liberated in the worst way.
한판 붙어볼까, 일송이.
It's hard because I just don't know what he's doing.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 계속하세요. 여기 지원이 필요하다.
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Is he just gonna go Mass Stalker all in again?
안 좋은 일인가요?
Not enough
출동 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 명령을 내리실 거 무슨 일이죠?
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Your command center's got some new toys. Energy's too low to do that.
I feel like he might just Stalker all in me, but it's gonna be
Add-on done. Swap away.
hard to defend against.
Your ad-
건설로봇 준비 완료. 네. 다음은 누구?
Yeah, he's just gonna all in me most likely.
SCVs didn't sign up for things all out of energy.
에이, 깜짝. 후방지. 무슨 일? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 라자. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Minerals pay the bills.
Oh,
Mine
I see.
more.
I can't
Not
actually do
enough
anything.
뭔 일 있어요? 그렇게 하죠. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 계속하세요. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 시스템 가동.
Protoss is really, really good in the early game versus Terran, and there's just nothing you can do about that.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Minerals pay the bills. Mine more. Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
Just another day in that broke Terran life.
에이, 깜짝이야. 조준력 가동. 사냥을 시작하시죠.
Energy's too low to do that.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 무슨 일이죠? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 야, 야근이다. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 누굴 처치하면 됩니까? 시스템 가동. 사이클론 출동 준비 완료.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
Are those stalkers still out here?
대장. 네. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Not enough minerals.
There we go.
금방 도착합니다. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 조준력 가동. 사냥을 시작하시죠. 건설로봇
Oh, it is DTs this time. Okay.
안 좋은 일인가요?
Workers win games. You didn't build your base just for it to get blown up, did you?
건설로봇 준비 완료. 출동 준비. 적과 건설로봇 준비 완료. 명령을 내실 겁니까? 출동. 이번엔 확실하겠지. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 대장. 조준력 가동. 사냥을 시작하시죠. 에이, 깜짝이야. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
That's really annoying because there's just so many.
Research complete.
사이클론 출동 준비 완료.
Not enough energy.
Biggest problem now is like leaving my own base is going to be really hard because I don't have detection.
안 좋은 일이.
This is like a build order counter win for him.
통신 여기는
I just frankly speaking don't have anything that I could use to move out. If I try to leave my base, he's going to have obviously units that aren't DTs, but then
Minerals don't grow on trees. Add-ons.
I need scans in order to actually do anything because if he just puts DTs in front of my base, since I'm on 2 command centers, I just can't really, I won't really be able to do anything, but it doesn't matter. I'm just warming up, so I'm going to try and push out anyway because at the end of the day, like I said, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I can do whatever I want. It's my stream. If I want to lose games trying to get better, then that's okay. It's better than nothing.
Supply depots are great. Build more.
가동. 사이클론
Additional supply depots required.
위치. 무슨 일이죠? 목표 건설로봇 준비 완료. 목표물은
Build some supply.
정했습니까? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 내 좌표. 여기는 출동이 누굴 건설로봇 준비 완료. 무엇도 날 막을 통신 천.
Yeah, I just lost too much from the DTs.
성역으로 시스템 가동.
Your SCVs didn't sign up to fight.
I think this was the same guy. I just took too much damage from the harass. Unfortunately, there's just not really a lot you can do in the early game versus Protoss. And this guy's clearly better than me, so that's my analysis. I can't see the redeem. That's weird. All I see is Nate redeemed Nate roasts you, but I don't see a message with it. That's really weird.
뭔 일이?
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
후방 지원 대기 중.
I gotta block the Korean server too. I definitely get better ping to Taiwan.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 후방 무슨? 안 좋은 일인가요? 무슨? 에이, 깜짝.
Not enough.
David Kim was right all
minerals
along.
Don't grow on
I don't even know who that is.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
You talking about some old guy thing? You talking about an old person thing?
계속하세요. 무슨? 네. 안 좋은. 네. 무슨 일이죠?
Supply depots don't build themselves, you know.
계속하세요.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine
Think it
more.
was a cannibal? Interesting.
Minerals don't grow on trees.
건설로봇
David Kim the
Not
cannibal.
enough minerals.
I have
Minerals
never
pay
heard
the
of that.
bills. Mine more.
I don't know that eating people is right, though. I don't think I'm ever gonna.
Grow on trees.
I don't think I'm ever going to think eating people is right, though. So, we might just have to disagree to agree on that one. You know what I mean?
후방 지원 대기 중. 안 좋은 일인가요? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 뭔 일 있어요? 후방 지원 대기. 네. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 예. 안 좋은. 계속하세요. 예. 후방 지원 대기 중. 뭔 일? 안 좋은 일. 뭔 일이? 안. 후방 지원
Command Center
대기 중.
2.0 ready to go.
저승사자가 도착했다. 한번 해보. 중요한 일인가?
2020 is wild. Hell yeah.
간다.
Anyway, yeah, don't eat people. Cannibalism is messed up, and also,
Not enough energy.
to the best of my knowledge, illegal pretty much everywhere.
후방
So if you ever get caught doing it, you'll probably go to prison for a long time. Don't eat people, guys. Seriously. Don't consume the flesh of other humans. That's just nasty.
있어요?
We don't. No one wants that.
저승사자가 도착했다.
We could just avoid eating each other. That'd be great.
안 좋은 일. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 뭔 일 있어요?
쓸어버리겠어. 밟아요, 밟아.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
저승사자가 도착.
건설로봇 준비
Your
완료.
add-on is complete.
계속하세요.
All right. Three Reapers defend me from some BS. Let's find out.
말해봐라.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Was surprised by Maru or Eno losing in GSL. I haven't been able to watch GSL. Sorry, I have no idea. I haven't seen any of those games.
Add-on's finished.
I didn't have internet for 2 weeks, and then I moved across southern U.S. So I have no idea what's been happening in StarCraft or anything at all, really, other than police are murdering people for no reason. But that's about it. That's about all I got from the last 2 weeks, if you want to ask me. Oh, and I made a fuck ton of money today on the stock market. Today was a good day.
안 좋은 일인가요?
Command Center upgrade.
That's about all I got.
무슨 일이죠? 건설로
Poor thing's all out of energy.
중요한 일인가?
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
왜?
Which stock you traded? Well, I didn't trade. I just bought a bunch of shit because all these people kept selling their stuff for some weird reason, and everything got dirt cheap. So that's kind of been my thing.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
하늘에 사신이 중요한 일.
For some weird reason, all these oil stocks dropped to like 20 cents a share, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, for a couple $100, I'll get a free couple $1,000 in a month when people start traveling again. Voila! Wow, this guy is insanely greedy.
Additional.
나는 못하는 게 없지. 한번 해볼까?
명령 대기.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 뭐니 후방? 에이, 깜짝이야.
Supply depots are great. Build more or die.
깜깜하기 가동.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
시술부 명령을 내리십시오. 전부 명
건설로봇 준비 완료.
시스템
건설로봇
이상.
준비 완료.
전장 상황 검색 중. 명출 연구
안 좋은 일인가요?
명
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Your command center's got some new toys. Energy's too low to do that.
출동
If only Magfield was done.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Oh, there we go.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 무슨 일이죠? 건설로봇 준비.
You need to build that somewhere else. You can't build there.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Add-on done. Swap away.
안 좋은 일인가요? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Well, what I just did was really risky, but
계속하세요. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 네. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 준비. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Add-on's finished.
well, you know, people. If there's one thing I've learned, especially about United States, is there's a lot of people who have a lot of money and power that don't have any education. So you can make a lot of money when these idiots start telling each other that the world's falling apart. You know.
장난 아닙니다.
Your SCVs are under attack.
Sell everything. Sell everything. Why? Are all these companies going out of business? No. Okay.
Minerals pay the bills.
Sell everything. Okay.
한바탕 쓸어볼까? 건설로봇 장난 아닙니다. 전쟁을 시작.
Not enough minerals.
계속하세요.
A lot of these guys are Grandmaster MMR already that I'm playing against.
말씀하십시오. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Minerals don't grow on trees.
듣고 있습니다. 연료 채웠습니다. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 다 쓸어버리겠어. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 전쟁을 시작할까요? 뭘 날려버리?
You've depleted that mineral field.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
전투를 위해 태어났다. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 전장으로 보내주십시오.
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know. Not enough minerals. Minerals pay the bill.
건설로봇
Not enough energy.
준비 완료. 대양무라. 준비 끝났습니다. 몸이 근질근질합니다. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설 한바탕 쓸어볼까? 전장으로 보내주시죠. 쓸어볼까? 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Energy's too low to do that.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 마음에 드는.
You mind?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
You got more of those, right?
찬성령으로. 건설로봇. 야스. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 알맞지마. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 몸이 근질근질. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Pour things off. Your base is under siege gas, and you need more of it.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 계속. 네. 후방 건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 한바탕 쓸어볼까? 전투를 위해 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Well, yeah, a lot of stocks blew up today. Why is he apologizing to you? Well, I think he realized that I don't speak Korean when I told him that I speak English after he wrote me a whole book in Korean. I believe that might be the reason why he was apologizing. Although, to be perfectly honest, it's also possible that he said in Korean to go f himself and that I'm a dirty and that I should, you know, join the rest of my dirty friends in the shithole where I belong. Oh, I forgot to censor the last one. This guy's being super cheesy.
무슨 일이죠?
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Not enough minerals. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
He's being super cheesy.
깜짝이야.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
뭔 일이 있어? 건설로봇 준비.
This guy doesn't want to play a straight up game. That's okay. They don't have to play a straight up game. We can play in the mud. We can play in the mud where he wants to play, and that's fine. Let's get down and dirty, boys. Let's get down and dirty.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 시키면 해야죠.
Not enough minerals.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub, Bill Laurel. Appreciate it.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
건설로봇 준비 완료. 뭔 일? 안 좋은 일인가요? 건설로봇 준비.
Did you get your internet sorted out? No, I did not. I do not have internet right now.
뭔일 있어요? 예. 깜짝이야. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 안 좋은 일이 무슨 모방 지원 대기 중.
I actually moved my apartment. I physically lifted it and moved it outside of a McDonald's.
Minerals pay the bills.
This stream brought to you by McDonald's. Free Wi-Fi, baby.
모방 지원 대기 중. 예, 알았다고요. 라자. 아예.
Thank you, Terminator. The fact that he's streaming should tell you everything you need to know. I hope so. I would hope. I find there are some types of questions that I do find funny. Like, I don't stream for weeks, complain about not having internet, and then I'm live and someone's like, "Did you get your internet sorted out?" I'm like, I don't know.
건설로봇 준비
I don't know why. I don't know if I might just be an asshole, but I thought that question was fucking hilarious. I found it highly entertaining.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Oh, you're right. Maybe I did some weird, crazy shit because I found out I would never, ever get internet.
Minerals don't grow on
That doesn't make it less funny, though. I'm sorry. It's still kind of a funny question to ask. I also did tweet saying that I got it all sorted out, too, so that's why it's also funny, because you must have read that I had problems on Twitter,
Heroes don't build
but
themselves, you know.
you missed the one message.
다 쓸어버리겠어. 알았다. 저승사자가 도착했다. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 에이, 깜짝이야. 물론이지.
Energy's too low to do that.
왜? 뭐? 왜?
Add-on done. Swap away.
다 쓸어버리겠어. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 왜? 누굴 처리해줄까? 간다니까. 저승사자가 건설로봇 준비 완료. 뭔일 있어요? 누굴 처리해줄까? 말해봐라. 왜? 하늘에 건설로봇 준비 완료. 중요한 일인가?
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
그렇게 하죠. 말해봐. 쓸어버리겠어. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 뭐예? 왜? 뭐 필요한 거라도 있나? 건설로봇
Your add-on is complete.
모방 지원. 하늘에서 죽음.
I mean, I know what he's gonna do anyway, right? He's just gonna
왜?
probably make a million blink stalkers with a warp prism and try to kill me.
준비 완료.
These Protoss players are not very creative anymore.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine
Tragically.
하늘에서 죽음이. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 누굴 처리해줄까? 계획이 중요한 일. 누굴 붙어볼까? 송이. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 누굴 처리해줄까? 왜? 뭐 필요한 거라도 있나? 연료 채웠습니다.
build some supply first. Don't be like me. Not enough minerals.
말씀하시오. 무슨 일이냐? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 말씀하시오. 아, 그렇소. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 뭐라고요? 다음은 모방 지원 대기.
Not enough energy.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 네. 뭐지?
엔진 소리 죽이는데?
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Minerals?
건설로봇 준비 완료. 안 좋은 일인가요? 몸이 근질근질. 출동 준비 완. 부르셨어?
Your SC units are being liberated in the worst Minerals way. Don't grow on trees, you know.
느긋하게 갑시다. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Poor thing's all out of energy. Minerals.
You are what you eat, Pog.
채웠습니다.
That's not really true, though, is it?
시작하지요. 간다고요.
Otherwise, I'd be a literal chicken tender human being, you know?
남은 누구니? 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Your command center's got some new toys.
계속하세요.
Energy's too low to do.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
I just don't think this guy's very good at macro, so I think my best chance of beating him is going to be
Minerals
to...
don't grow on trees, you know. Research complete.
자, 다들 들었지? 알겠습니다. 여기 지원이 필요하다. 자, 빨리.
뭐라고 하셨죠? 수신. 이상무. 몸 좀 풀어볼까? 그렇게 하죠. 좋았어.
아, 그러소. 이번엔 확실하겠지. 막 기다리고 있어.
You've depleted that mineral field.
안 좋은 일인가요?
This costs gas, and you need more of it.
연료 채웠습니다. 준비 완료.
Your research has concluded.
무슨 일? 건설로봇
Your research is ready.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 말씀하세요. 네.
Supply depots are great. Build more or die. Additional supply depots
You
required.
gotta play nice and slow when you're going toe-to-toe with the toss.
Mined out a mineral field. Good, not enough energy. Right?
듣고 있어요.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 준비 끝났습니다.
메이데이, 메이데이.
몸이 근질근질합니다. 잘 못 들었습니다. 무슨 일이? 뭐라고요? 뭘 날려버릴까요? 예, 알았다고요. 무슨 일이죠?
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
계속하세요. 연료 채웠습니다. 준비.
Poor thing's all out of energy. Energy's too low to do that.
엔진 소리 죽이는데?
Poor thing's all out of energy.
알겠습니다.
Did I really not get
Don't have
Banshee
enough
speed?
Vespene gas.
What did I
Not enough
research?
Vespene gas.
I thought I got it.
Not enough
I'm
energy.
so stupid, man. I make such awful mistakes that don't make any sense at all. Constantly.
Research complete.
Hmm.
Command Center 2.0 ready to go. Some bad guys closing in on your army.
죽이는데?
Upgrade ready. Noise.
후방 지원 대기. 뭔일 있어요?
That looks cool, but you can't build it. You're gonna need more gas to fuel not enough energy. This costs gas, and you need more of it.
안 좋은 일인가요?
듣고 있어요. 확실히 끝내죠. 좋아.
Add-on done. Swap away.
계속하세요.
Add-on's finished. You need to build that somewhere else.
네, 그렇습니다. 목표는 어디 있습니까? 계속하세요. 몸이 근질근질합니다. 후방 지원 대기 중.
Command center upgrade complete.
That's what you get when you let your heart win. Whoa.
Blasted.
Well, Nate, somehow you didn't get your Banshee speed. And 7 siege tanks with a battle cruiser, planetary fortress, 30 SCVs repairing. Well, you see, it just doesn't do shit, man.
Your SCVs are under attack.
간단하군요.
You didn't build your base just for it to get blown up, did you?
There you go. Literally just need to build 1 unit to win his toss. Must be a fun life to have. Must be a fun life, guys, right? Must be very, very entertaining to spend your whole entire life doing that every single day. I got mad props for that, though. Honestly, if I tried to do something over and over again like that, for as long as that guy probably has, I probably would have lost my mind and blown my own brains out, if I'm being honest. I could not handle that. He's actually an incredibly strong, intelligent person. I would definitely kill myself if I was that guy. He's very strong emotionally. Just make stalkers every single game. Don't build anything else. Easy life. Don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Yeah, Parting showed everybody how broken stalkers are. It's a good point. Step 1, build stalkers. Step 2, build 1 warp prism. Step 3, win, 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 win. Win nonstop. Well, hey, man, if I get 3 more games like that, I'm just going to quit and we'll play some Madden or something. I don't find that fun. I don't play games if I don't have fun, so. Bow, ba-da-ba-bow. Do. There we go. Hopefully I can get a game soon. It keeps restarting the queue on me. How are you guys doing? Anybody got weekend plans? I researched Banshee slow. It feels bad, man. You imagine if you could control how fast your units moved? Like, obviously, you wouldn't be able to run faster, but like if you could have your Marines walk or something. You're gonna sit on your ass all weekend stuffing your face and playing or watching video games. Nice. To save energy? No. Not to save energy. These guys, so preferred server should not work anymore in Masters League, right? I might just need to restart my game. Doing the Elmer Fudge walk towards the hatch. Exactly. Exactly. Why slow them down then? Exactly. Why slow them down? That question right there sits at the heart of me asking the original questions. You don't think there might be a scenario in which having a unit move 20% slower could actually be useful? What if you had two liberators and you wanted them both to siege up on a mineral line at the same time, and you knew that if you cut one of the two liberators' speed by 10%, they would both line up if they took separate paths. If you had the liberator taking the shorter path, move a little bit slower, you could have it still go out of the way of a scouting path, right? And then hit. You know what I mean? Rather than send the liberator there, have it there early, and then need to look back at it and be like, okay, well, this one got here earlier, so I didn't want to siege it yet. Situation, you know? That's all I'm saying. You know, if you've ever thought about it, what if you're playing mech and you want your Hellions to move at the same speed as your tanks and you don't want Hellbats? What if you want your Vikings and your Banshees to move at the same speed when you're playing Sky Terran, but you researched Banshee speed, so you just can't do anything, you know what I mean? What if you had Reapers mixed in? What if you're playing like Reaper, Hellion, Cyclone and you wanted them to stay together? You know? Just saying. There's definitely some use cases for that. I don't think it's even remotely close to necessary, but I didn't ask the question because I thought it was necessary. Is there another map I can veto other than Golden Wall? I guess I'd rather play Zen than Golden Wall. Are you even the same person? Pog. What does that even mean, though? Thank you, 7BCJ, by the way, for the 28-month resub. Hope you're doing well, man. Make the march like a square or form columns. I don't think formations would be very useful in StarCraft 2. Maybe in, like, really low leagues. But the maps in the game are all pretty stupid in terms of how everything's laid out. Formations are for fighting in open fields. Even then, it still wouldn't be good with how range works anyway. Like Warcraft 3. Oh my god, man. I never realized how much I disagreed with somebody more than all the people who are like, StarCraft fights end too quickly. It needs to be like Warcraft, where the micro can be more visible. I'm like, what the are you smoking, man? I'm like, shit, dude. Should they make Blackjack a game that you play to 41 with 5 decks just to make sure you have more opportunities to show how smart you are? Like, what? If you're going to win the fight, you're going to win the fight. If you're going to lose the fight, you're going to lose the fight. Holy shit. This guy wants the game to get slowed down just because he can't keep up with it. He wants the fights to be easier. Unfortunately for them, what they don't realize is that if you slow it down for you, you slow it down for the other guy. And guess what? If the other guy was going to beat you in the first place, slowing it down isn't going to magically give you the ability to overcome him. It's like some sort of weird, like, well, actually, I'm really intelligent, Nathan. So if I had 10% more time, I could beat somebody 300 MMR higher than me because with that slowed down time, it's only my reaction speed that's slow. I'm actually much smarter than my opponents. I'm like, okay. Okay. That's just the way it is, I suppose. StarCraft can be very fast, especially Marine splits. I was kind of digging Grey Goo as a slower paced RTS. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, he invoked Grey Goo. Oh. Yeah. Hang on, getting a call. Oh shit, it's Jeff? Yeah, he mentioned Grey Goo, I know. I hope it's good up there. Okay, if he says it again, I'll ban him, okay? I'm sorry. All right, I love you, buddy. Yeah. Well, there's no one in this world who hated Grey Goo more than In Control. So, I think that's all I need to say. That game was truly, truly terrible. Grey Goo was like if they tried to make StarCraft run by default on the slow, on like slower than slow, you know? Like StarCraft has faster, fast, normal, slow. And then I don't know if StarCraft 2 has a slower option, but if it did, add another level slower than that, and then you're almost as slow as Grey Goo. You know, just make it so that, try to make it so that the average 2-Rax Reaper game that you normally watch in GSL, imagine that the Reapers win, right? The game ends on one base, but it took 40 minutes to get there. That's Grey Goo. There you go. This guy's like, oh no, Tasteless, he doesn't see that he's sending 2 SCVs. Yeah, I'm just, in about 15 minutes from now, guys, those SCVs are going to plant down two barracks, and I've never seen this build lose in tournaments. I'm just... All right, guys, we're at the 30-minute mark. Maru's second Reaper is popping out. Now, the first Reaper still hasn't reached the enemy base, but once it does, I have a feeling Innovation is going to be panicking because he unfortunately decided to go for an expansion, so his first Reaper is actually only 10% done. Now, fortunately, he will have time for the Reaper to finish because it takes about 7 minutes for a Reaper to kill an SCV in StarCraft 2. That's Grey Goo. That sounds absolutely awful. It was awful. It was awful. Grey Goo certainly looked interesting. And then they put out the playable version of it, and everyone was like, oh yes, this is awful. The real difference is between those who preferred starting with 6 versus 12. That's true. You're just trying to enjoy an RTS other than SC2, but I guess that's impossible. It is, because strategy games suck, man. Most RTS games suck monkey nuts. All right? I grew up playing Age of Empires. First of all, the campaign in Age of Empires was fun and very educational. But the multiplayer for Age of Empires was complete garbage. I played a shit ton of it. But I'm not going to try and lie. I'm not going to lie to myself and tell you that Age of Empires was like a well-done multiplayer game, you know? That game is insanely slow. The reason why the campaign for Age of Empires was even remotely bearable was because they were all staged areas. Like, there were very few Age of Empires missions where they're like, here you go, here's a town hall and 4 peons, have fun, go chop down wood and build everything up, you know? Like, that's what Age of Empires multiplayer was, and it actually take you 40 minutes to even like get to the point where you could actually try to have a big army. So the only thing anybody would do is just cheese because it was just awful. Most of the missions were like, hey, you've got a base, here's some stuff, the enemy's there. Kind of figure it out. But, you know, that's one of those things that, like, when people talk about the future of strategy games, I'm like, man, there are some things that could be taken from that. Like, in my mind, a big example, stop making these stupid games where you guys complain about how long it takes for a ramp up or for the game to get started. Yeah, Taiwan is way more responsive than Korea.
Not enough minerals.
But I'm just like,
don't grow on trees, you know.
Would it ruin StarCraft? Would it ruin StarCraft if you spawned with like something other than just a command center and workers? Would it completely ruin and break the game irreparably if like every single race started with a supply depot or some shit? Now, I'm not saying, oh, hey, that wouldn't be StarCraft. No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm saying, would it completely break the game entirely if Zerg players started with a second hatchery, Protoss players started with a pylon and a gateway, and Terran players started with a depot and a barracks? Would that completely, absolutely ruin everything about the game? I don't think so. This is what I needed. Yeah, Taiwan server is much better. Obviously, it doesn't need to be those exact things. What if Zerg started with 2 overlords? And the Terran started with a depot, and Protoss started with a pylon.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
There you go.
안쪽 무슨 네. 네. 계속 뭐지? 네. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Not enough Vespene gas. Fix that. You're gonna need more gas to fuel those means.
무슨 일이죠? 뭔 일이? 계속 네. 깜짝이야.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine, that looks cool, but you can't build there.
Well, you guys are all biased, so it's impossible to talk to you about issues like this, but
네. 좋은 일인가요?
I think it's a pretty good idea. Too many of you guys were like, well, that would be overpowered. It's not the point. Get the word balance out of your tiny brain. No one wants to talk about balance. It's not about balance. We're talking about video games. I'm talking about video games, guys. I'm talking about being able to have 1 or 2 jump ropes at once with no performance difference.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Nate, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
후방 지원 대기 중. 이번엔 확실하게.
Supply depots don't build themselves, you know. You don't have enough Vespene gas. Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
뭐야? 그게 다냐? 중요한 일인가?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
뭐? 중요한 일인가? 좋다.
Poor things all up.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
If you guys want to see an example of somebody who's incapable of thinking outside the box, X Mulm in the chat.
중요한 일인가?
He's a very low IQ individual from the looks of things, but he does offer us a glimpse into the mind of the ignorant.
왜? 사신이 두렵지 않나?
Command Center 2.0 ready to go.
Don't bring up balance. Immediately brings up balance. Okay, you're an imbecile. Glad we were able to clear that up.
해줄까?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Add-on done.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Nate has never been this toxic. What are you talking about?
건설로봇
I'm
준비
just
완료.
dicking around. I told the guy I didn't want to talk about balance, and he decided to talk about it anyway. We got some weird people in chat today, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, what did you, because your girlfriend just break up with you or some shit? Don't take it out on me.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Don't take it out on me, your girlfriend dumped you.
Add-on
Jesus.
finished. Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
왜?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
What the hell is this guy doing?
누굴 처리해줄까? 망했다.
Like, in my mind, I think he might be going for mutas or like a Baneling Nidus
완료.
or something like that.
다 쓸어버리겠어. 과감하게. 알겠습니다. 죽음은
I guess it's gonna be mutas?
Supply depots are great. Build more or die.
Oh wait, I already...
오늘 딱 걸렸어.
Additional supply depots required. Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
승리한
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Not enough minerals.
다 쓸어버리겠어. 태양보다 뜨겁게.
So I guess he's just gonna go mutas, right? He's probably like proxy to Spire or some shit.
마음대로 하세요.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more. That looks cool, but you can't.
Can you guys tell me why it looks like that SCV would get stuck? There's no reason why that SCV should ever be stuck there.
준비 완료.
지루하다.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
끝내주는데.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 다음은 누구니?
다 쓸어버리겠어.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 화끈한 거 없나요? 누가 호출하셨어?
You don't have enough best being
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 준비. 무슨 일이죠?
Your research has built some supply depot.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 계속하세요. 그렇게. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 장모. 네. 갑니다.
Landing canceled. Might be a Zergling or two under.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 문제 없어. 불부탁. 다 쓸어버리겠어. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
You've mined out some of your minerals.
태양보다 뜨겁게.
Add-on done. Swap away.
끝장모. 연결됐어.
Is this guy high?
다 쓸어버리겠어. 누가 호출하셨어? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 마음대로 하세요. 후방 지원 대기 중.
You can't build there. Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
안 좋은
Not
일인가요?
enough minerals.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 다 쓸어버리겠어.
I was being really cautious here, but
계속하세요.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Minerals don't grow on trees. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more. Not enough minerals.
네. 말씀하시죠, 대장. 무슨 일이죠? 다 쓸어버리겠어.
was this
말씀하시죠.
this is your plan?
Search complete. Energy's too low to do.
조준력 가동. 사냥을
I don't know what's happening.
Your research is ready.
시스템 가동. 사이클론 출동 준비 완료.
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
일선은 내가. 통신 채널 이상 없습니다, 대장.
Your add minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
여기는 사이. 안 좋은 일인가요? 잘 들립니다. 통신. 누굴 자신 건설로만 준비 완료.
Add-on is complete.
여기 점점 더 달아오르는데요. 조준력 가동.
You've depleted that mineral field. Pin this replay
What
up
on
the wall.
earth was that?
위치로 이동합니다.
Did he think I was massing battle cruisers or something? I never do that. You only build a few versus Zerg. You never build. You don't build.
시면 됩니까? 후방 지원 대기 중.
I can't believe this was a weird game.
무슨 일이죠? 조준력 가동. 사냥을 시작.
I'm gonna assume this guy's MMR was like 5,000 lower than me.
시스템 가동. 사이클론 출동 준비 완료.
Supply depots don't build themselves, you know. Supply depots are great.
조준력 가동.
John, you know we still love you and you're never forgotten. Oh, I know.
누굴 찾지? 좌표를 알려주시오.
I know it.
통신 채널. 건설로 사이클론. 좌표를 알려주셔야죠. 예?
You mined out a mineral field. Good thing you
다 쓸어버리겠어. 그렇죠. 기다렸습니다. 시스템 가동.
upgrade complete.
Either this guy was really bad, high, drunk, sleep deprived, or if I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, if I give him the benefit of the doubt, here's what I'll say. Benefit of the doubt would suggest that he probably tried to he might have canceled. Let's look at the replay. He might have canceled something that he was planning on doing because of my scouting.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I was pretty sure this was a pool first. We'll have AoE 4 in the future? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The RTS industry is like basically it's like a circle of companies that try to make shit and then don't put any effort into it, and then the game does poorly, and then they're like, see, nobody wants RTS. No one likes strategy games. I talked to the guys at EA and they're like, yeah, the people aren't interested in strategy games. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, you guys know nobody tries to actually make good ones, right? Like, nobody's made of, there's only one fast-paced RTS. There's only one strategy game that's even remotely fast-paced. And it's been the most popular one literally since it came out over 20 years ago. And by that, I of course mean StarCraft and then StarCraft 2. But my point is, StarCraft as a brand has dominated the industry because nobody else has even tried. I don't think I've seen a single fast-paced other strategy game. Every strategy game I've seen that isn't StarCraft is like the slowest shit ever. And Warcraft is so fucking slow I can make tea in the middle of like a late game engagement, I could grow old, die, and have my children finish my game of Grey Goo for me. Red Alert was all right. Well, I thought Red Alert was pretty cool, but I was also 6 years old and didn't know shit about anything, so I'm gonna reserve my judgment until I play it again. No, this guy was just bad. And his APM was 100. This looked like a guy who doesn't play Zerg. Playing Zerg. It seems like they do historical RTS, but it's always much slower and emphasizing non-fast-paced mechanics. Yeah, well, he was Diamond. Oh, he was 1,500 MMR lower. That's fair. Developers think fast-paced RTS are too intimidating for new players. You're right, because, I agree with you. The executives at these companies must sit down and be like, guys, look. How do we make a successful RTS? And then it's like that meeting where like the guy gets thrown out the window and you've got the one lady who's like, let's make it really slow paced so that people can just play it even if they don't think too good. And then the next one's like, how about we make it based in history so that people are distracted from the fact that there's no real combat? And then the third pace guy is like, why don't we try to do anything remotely similar to the most successful RTS that already has a stable multi-million player base after 10 years of release? And then that guy gets thrown out the window. And they're like, okay, well, I guess that's it, guys. We've tried everything. We've tried nothing, and we're all out of ideas. But that's how it feels when I see other RTS stuff. How old am I now? I'm 27. Am I 27? I might be. I'm not 28, am I? February 25th, 93. I think I'm 27. We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. Yeah. No, that's the strategy market though. And you know what the most fun thing is too? I always try to bring this up. I'm like, do you guys know that you actually have like a stupidly successful strategy game that like, that like there are really popular strategy games on phones because they're fast paced and simple, but still actually require brain power, like, and you can really think your way out of a lot of problems. They're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, guess what, man? I don't know if you've ever played this little game called Clash Royale. That was one of my favorite strategies. That game plays like that's a fucking fantastic RTS. But it's pay to win. No, you're getting away from the discussion. The point is, it's a game that has strategy design with really fast-paced gameplay, very limited micro ability, but just enough with the way that the spells and stuff in that game work, There is good micro that you can do. I'm like, you guys have literally already seen other strategy games be successful. Is there nothing you can take from successful mobile strategy games, of which there are many? Is there nothing you can take from that and apply to a desktop or console experience for a strategy game? Like,
Minerals pay the bills.
Nobody's ever
Mine
thought
more.
about making like a not mobile version of Clash Royale or something. I'm like, you ever think that there might be more other ways to do stuff like that? Well, Nate, no one would ever want such a compact gaming experience on their computer, to which I then say, oh, so you've never played Team Fortress, or you never played Team Fight Tactics? Have you never played Auto Chess?
2.0 ready to go.
People do like these types of things. Those are very successful. But you could add RTS. You could have a couple more RTS elements. I mean, to the best of my knowledge, you don't even micro in those. It's literally just, for the most part, your picks of what you want to use, and then everything else is kind of just based off of that. I'm like, there's a whole lot of stuff there that's untapped, you know? But when people talk about strategy games, I'm like, it's so dumb.
Minerals don't grow on trees.
When I talk to like a dev, I talk to a dev at EA or something, and I'm like, so you guys are making this mobile game, but like, what about like, you know, like Command and Conquer? Like, have you guys ever thought about trying to do anything with that again? And they're like, well, you know, there's not really a market for strategy games. And then I just immediately say, I'm like, what gives you that impression? I'm like, what makes you think that people aren't interested?
Add-ons finished.
If you want to just admit that they don't make as much money as other games, that's fine. But like, StarCraft's had like a concurrent player base of over 1.5 million people since the game came out. StarCraft 2, that is. Which, by most metrics, is actually stupid successful. If you could get 1% of those people to be whales, then you could literally fund everything StarCraft forever.
Workers win games.
What do you mean whales? All you got to do is find a way to literally get any decent monetization in StarCraft. Just make a way that doesn't impact gameplay too much, so that the top 1% of StarCraft players can just fund the development for everybody else forever.
Your base is getting blast add-on done. Swap away.
It's literally what all the other games do.
Energy's too low to do that.
If the only thing that we care about is money, then, you know, we got to adapt to the times. So if we got to find a way to make it so that whales can subsidize StarCraft for everybody else, then fuck it. I'll take it. I'll probably be one of the whales if it was for a good strategy game.
Not enough energy.
It's just the kind of stuff like people just don't think. People just don't think about that type of stuff, you know? If you want to know if you're a whale, if you play a game like FIFA Ultimate Team and they release a new character, a new player, a new version of a player that has a 0.01% drop rate, and you buy 50 packs in the hopes of getting it or getting enough credits to trade for it, congratulations, you're a whale. You are the best friend of these companies. And your existence largely justifies pretty much every anti-consumer practice that game devs do these days. Now, I'm not a fan of companies having no souls, but unfortunately, that's just the reality of the world.
Additional supply depots.
If we have to work with people who have no souls to get decent games, then, you know, that might just be what we have to do.
Build some supply depots. Don't be like me, please.
It might just be necessary.
Supply depots are great. Build more or die. This costs gas, and you need more of it. Your SCVs are under attack.
목표 건설로봇 준비 완료. 무엇도 날 막을 수 없습니다. 새 좌표 설정 중. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
That looks cool, but you can't build there.
시스템 가동. 사이클론 출동 준비 완료.
Energy's too low to do that.
여기는 사이클론.
Yeah, we're at the point where talking about problems in the game dev industry, you'll just get a bunch of r/late stage capitalism people showing up being like, well, you know, Nate, it's Bobby Kodak's it's his job to make money for shareholders. It's actually, as a fiduciary, he's legally obligated to try and make the shareholders the most money possible. And I'm like,
You don't have enough Vespine gas.
do people are there a shit ton of people that just like constantly talk about how awful Amazon delivery is? And this person's like, what? And I'm like, well, you know, Amazon actually has like a stupidly high customer service, like customer satisfaction rating, and like they run a really well-oiled ship, and they're a million times bigger than EA. Someone's like, and Activision and Blizzard. Someone's like, I don't understand. What are you trying to say? And I'm like, well, you know, I'm just trying to tell you that it's not fucking impossible to make a half-decent product. It's not impossible to make a half-decent product, you know, without fucking over your customers, right? Like you don't actually have to try and fuck everybody who buys your shit as hard as possible to make money. A mind-blowing concept lost on many.
No, you're gonna need more gas to fuel those needs.
I'm like, you can say whatever you want about Jeff Bezos, but the guy at least makes a good product, man. As somebody who uses that shit, I can tell you very seriously, their shit's awesome. Obviously, they got all sorts of human rights issues and work rights, blah blah blah. Yes, they're a fucking evil company, blah 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 blah, whatever. But that's not my point. My point is they can do that and still have a product that customers like, you know, without going out of their way to fuck them as hard as humanly possible every single opportunity that presents itself. Unlike, you know, companies like Activision Blizzard, unlike companies like EA. Some of them are trying.
This costs gas, and you need more of it.
조준경 가동. 사냥을 시작하시죠. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Not enough
시스템 가동.
Poor things all up.
건설로봇 준비.
Mined out a mineral field. Good thing you've got more.
Now a bunch of people in chat are going to tell me that, well, Amazon does this or that. I'm like, I don't think you understand. I'm telling you that there are two evil companies. One of them makes a product that people use every day and love. One of them makes a product that people literally complain about nonstop because they can't get the most basic shit implemented into said product that people have been begging for forever. That's literally all I'm telling you, is that it is in fact possible. It is possible to make lots of money providing a service that people actually do not have too many complaints about, other than obviously the fact that your company is evil. I'm not saying the company's not evil.
You don't have enough. That's
It's a very hard concept to grasp. I understand.
좌표를 알려주시라죠. 여기는 사이클론. 누굴 처치하면 됩니까? 새 좌표 설.
this costs gas, and you need more of it.
네. 아주 뭔일 있어요?
Mined
Have
out
I
a
somewhat
mineral
gotten my point
field. Good
across?
thing you've got more of those, right? Poor things all out of energy.
That's all I'm saying.
가동.
I wish these evil asshole companies would at least try to make good products that are worth buying all the time,
지원 대기 중.
if they're gonna be
Samsung's
evil.
got some new toys.
무엇도 날 건설로봇 준비 완료. 여기는 사이클론. 잘 들립니다. 가동. 사이클론 출동 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 여기는 사이클론. 조준을 가동하면
A better product hooks more whales. Oh yeah, of course. Oh, of course, yeah. No, I'm sure there's a whole untapped market of people who don't like shooter games.
누굴 처치.
If you don't like shooter games and you don't like sports games, what, do you just wait for good single player games to come out? What if you got hooked by a version of StarCraft that was a deck builder and there was a small portion of pay to win people on some non-ranked ladder that you could never possibly beat because they dump a ton of money into it. And then there's some version of ranked ladder that kind of sifts it out a little bit. Madden did that. They literally added a mode where you couldn't pay to win to the pay to win mode. And people aren't fucking mad about that. Everybody's like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense, right? You've got like regular Madden Ultimate Team, and then you've got salary capped Ultimate Team, so that it's not completely busted if you go up against somebody who just so happens to be, you know, a 7-figure income individual. You know what I'm saying? Got him. The Tempest was a good touch.
You've mined out some of your minerals. You've depleted that mineral field.
Oh, I see. He built the fleet beacon
Energy's
because
too
he
low to
still had the... I never killed the proxy Stargate. That makes sense. Tempest, though, versus Cyclones? A bold move. In my mind. Spending 1,000 USD on a box. Smiley faces. Giving Nate $5? Weird champ. Yeah. Well, we were just talking about RTSs and the lack of good RTSs. So I was just... My point of the point of the discussion was more so that the lack of good other RTSs is more so just like out of laziness or unwillingness to attempt to innovate than anything else. It's not impossible. It's not impossible to make a product that can make money and be good without having to have people just be like, well, you know, it's just not popular, so I'm just happy that we have scraps. I'm just glad they don't turn off the servers. Like it's some sort of like you're being given water straight from the heavens because they don't turn the servers off on the only game in a genre because there's no competition, you know? This person, you understand, he could actually be sued by the investors if he doesn't try to make money. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how do other companies, how is every single major international stock exchange traded company not complete utter trash then? I'm like, I hate to break it to you, man. Bobby Kodak's just a dick. I don't know what else I don't know how other way to describe it. There's a lot of big companies, evil or otherwise, that make shit tons of money and continue to grow year over year that don't treat their existing base like shit. They do exist. They do exist. It's like, well, you see, actually, Nathan, you see the Chinese mobile market is massive, and that completely justifies ignoring your entire original fan base to announce a mobile game at a PC gaming convention. You see, all your complaints are invalidated by the fact that he's supposed to make the company more money, and this will make more money. And I'm like, you know, it's hard. It's hard, man. It's like trying to talk to an anti-vax mom or some shit, right? I'm like, no, I hate to break it to you, but millions of people throughout the course of history did not go on to try and be scientists so that they could lie to you for no reason. that's you know, the guy that invented penicillin was not doing it under the hopes that he would be able to use it to kill everybody, you know? People get real into their weird rabbit holes, you know what I'm saying? People love going down rabbit holes on shit. Yeah, exactly, FFFT, Nier. Exactly. And then it's just funny though, having been able to meet people that work at other companies and have them just say like, oh yeah, no, it's a dead genre. I'm like, what do you mean? The only good game is still bigger than most of the games that you made. I'm like, you guys want to know how much money went into making Anthem? I'm like, do you think that game's gonna be has the same potential for another 10 years as StarCraft 2? How many millions of dollars do you think went down the toilet on that game because it was a more popular genre? Oh, people love these types of games. I'm like, hey, what if you had taken all the money you dumped into these 3 projects that you were just trying to cash grab on, and you dumped other games? Actually, at that point, you might as well have just canceled Mass Effect Andromeda as well, because that was another casualty of it. What if you just take all the money that got thrown into the dumpster fire? Well, to be fair, Andromeda should have been a good game if they hadn't gotten pushed to make the other one. But if you had just taken all the money thrown on those dumpster fire games that go nowhere and actually put it onto something that is a known quantity, like people actually want RTS stuff, you telling me that it's not going to be like not going to go anywhere at all? I don't believe that. I refuse to believe that. There's nothing that suggests that's the case. Will Tom Brady succeed on the Bucs or will he get sacked so hard he dies in week 2? Tom Brady's going to be a fantastic Bucs player. I got big hopes for Tom Brady on the Buccaneers. As a Jets fan, there is nothing that would make me feel better about how awful and how much I hate the Patriots than if Tom Brady were to go win a Super Bowl ring somewhere else and make all the Patriots fans cry themselves to sleep every night for the next year. I can't think of a bigger burn to Pats fans than Tom Brady succeeding on a different team. So, of course I want him to do well. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. I don't have to play against him anymore, so I don't care. Guinness. Pog. 5.6K. Oof.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 뭔일? 계속하세요. 무슨 일이죠? 무슨 일이죠?
I think if you're a fan of any sports team, the players on your rival team, you're always going to hate for no reason, for the most part.
계속하세요.
That's kind of an ingrained thing. And I don't mean hate like you want their families to starve to death. I mean hate like you never want to lose to them. You want to see them lose. Right? You know, within the confines of your fandom, you hate them. Just to be super clear.
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
There's plenty of weird people that are big famous celebrities, so it's not like Tom Brady's done anything that would make me hate him as a person.
Minerals pay the bills.
He's on a different team. Patriots fans are salty. What would make them saltier? I mean, in my mind, if Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers and then he did really poorly, Patriots fans would be like, see, it was a good idea not to pay him. It was a waste of money. It would have been a waste of money. We're ready to move on to the future. Like, Tom Brady sucking on the Buccaneers is going to actually have the impact of making Patriots players feel validated, and they're going to feel good about themselves. So, I would like, assuming the Jets can't do it, I would like the Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl this year so that Patriots fans feel like they really, really fucked up, and they ask themselves what could have been for the rest of their sad, pathetic lives. Within the confines of the fandom, of course. Not actually in their real lives, but just be sad that they never got to have the last good year of Tom Brady. And that there will be other Super Bowl jerseys of him made, sold for another team. To me, that's the ultimate vengeance on the Patriots. Like I said, nothing personal, but from a competitive fandom team standpoint. I just want to clarify that. From a team fandom standpoint, nothing would make me happier than to see the Patriots not pay this guy and then have him go win a ring somewhere else immediately afterwards. I cannot think of anything more painful for a Pats fan than that. Notice how I said I can't think of anything more painful when referring to the outcome of a sport match. I'm not a monster. Obviously, if they were brutally murdered or beaten to death, that would probably be more painful, but I would not wish that upon anybody because I'm not a psychopath. Oh, my Reapers were on the wrong hotkey, that's why. Ah.
Add-ons finished.
하늘에서 알아들었다. 왜? 건설로봇 준비 완료.
This guy's 5.6k. I wasn't going to beat him. This is kind of a pointless game anyway. Yeah, I was going to die no matter what. When will they fire Bill Belichick? Well, like all sports fans, they'll turn on him after a couple of bad seasons. Patriots did just lose about 70% of their fans to the Buccaneers in this offseason, so I don't think that there will be that many people who actually hold his feet to the fire if they don't have a good year. The beard is powerful. Indeed, it is Pizza Bagel 01. You still hate Brady even if he's probably the GOAT? Your Steelers are very upset? Oh, what do you mean, from the championship game? Oh, it's this guy again. All right, well, I'll get my cheeks clapped once more.
Minerals pay the bills.
Who's my favorite wrestler? The Rock.
Enough minerals.
100% The Rock. Always The Rock. Tell me my MMR, I'm playing unranked, right? He's trying to troll me or something.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Minerals pay the bills. Find more. Not enough minerals. Build some supply depots. Don't be like me, please. Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Not enough minerals.
그렇게 하죠. 안 좋은 일인가요? 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
에이, 깜짝이야. 예. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 네. 에이, 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Hey, Agamemnon, good to see you, buddy.
아이씨고.
Dwayne the Fat what, Johnson? Are you dissing The Rock?
안 좋은 일인가요?
You're gonna need more gas to fuel those needs.
건설로봇 준비.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
후방지. 뭐니?
This guy come in here to diss the People's Champ?
네.
One of the only big famous celebrities in the world who doesn't have
알겠습니다.
a single record of something crazy bad that he's done? Since when was having a fat cock a diss? Oh, see, you see, it replaced that with 4 asterisks for me. So I assume that you said something worse than that.
Command center upgrade complete.
왜? 뭐 필요한 거라도 있나? 오, 예.
I did not realize we were talking about the size of his, so it censored it in the chat for me. So I was just not sure.
말해봐라. 중요한 일. 후방 지원 대기. 하늘에서 죽음이 간다. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 뭐야? 에이, 깜짝이야. 사신 저승사자가 도착했다. 간다고. 다 쓸어버리겠어. 누구? 아, 싫어.
Hey, man, the Mesmer, sup, dude?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
The Rock does have some movie bombs.
말해봐라. 알아들었다.
I don't think I've ever seen The Rock publicly make a statement that wasn't about as positive as a human being could possibly be.
건설로봇 준비.
God bless that man.
Supply depots don't build themselves, you know. You need to build that somewhere else.
왜? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 아, 무슨 일이죠?
Fellow Zerglings?
끝난 거 없나요? 후방 지원. 네. 건설로봇
Nani?
알았다. 시스템 가동. 사이클론 출동 준비 완료.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
새 좌표 설정 중. 위치로 이동합니다.
사신이 두렵지 않나? 계속하세요.
Add-on done. Kinda low on the minerals there.
건설로봇
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know. Not enough minerals.
누구를 처리해줘? 왜?
I did hear that The Rock played with Warren Sapp. Yeah.
사신.
Well, apparently The Rock wasn't very good at football.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 뭔일 있어요?
Which I can only say because with how hardworking of a man he is,
Your command
I
center's
certainly
got
can't imagine a world where the reason why he didn't succeed is because he didn't work hard enough, you know? So the only abject truth then must be that he just, just wasn't cut out for it. And that's okay.
Add-ons finished.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Neither am I, right? That's okay. Doesn't mean I don't work hard.
Not enough energy.
건설로봇 준비.
Not
출동 준비 완료. 후방
minerals
지원
pay the
대기 중.
bills. Mine more.
예. 라이. 안 좋은 일이.
If anything, it makes me respect him more because it just proves that he's actually a human and not a weird, muscular, unkillable synth.
무슨 일이죠? 야, 빨리. 건설로봇 준비
That would be
완료.
scary.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
It would be scary if he was a weird, muscular, unkillable synth.
이거 정말 미치겠네.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
새 좌표
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Your SCVs are being liberated in the worst way. Command Center 2.0.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
알겠습니다.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
GG. NPC Dwayne Robot Johnson. Yeah. What was his build? Gas, Rax, Gas, Reaper Factory, Hellion. And he just went straight into the Cyclones and the Marines. Magfield. That's what I wanted to do, but I was worried about him hitting me with that Reaper Hellion attack he did from the last game. This guy's so much higher than me in terms of MMR though. Like, analysis doesn't even do anything. I just can't. I'm not even close, It's like, is his running technique better than me? No, he actually just, you didn't lose by half a second. You lost by a minute. You know what I mean? If somebody beats you in a race and they're 100 yards ahead of you, the technique is probably not the difference. Brock Lesnar was also a trash defensive lineman. Yeah. Well, Terry Crews played football too, didn't he? I've met some pretty high profile folks who have who started out at least trying in that world, right? Like many other young ones, but it's hard. It just proves though, right? Like just because you can't succeed at something doesn't mean that there aren't other ways. Although Terry Crews actually got into the NFL, if I recall. He played for the Los Angeles Rams, right? Back in the 90s. I think, yeah. He played 2 seasons with the Rams. Then he played with the Chargers, the Redskins, and the Eagles. Wow, okay. He played a lot more than I thought he did. I didn't realize he had that long of a career. Yeah, 2 seasons with the Rams, 2 seasons with the Chargers, 1 with the Redskins, and then 1 with the Eagles. That's pretty awesome. It's actually really sick. Oh boy, we're running into 4GG.
It's time to kick things off.
Running into 4GG now, boys.
계속하세요. 후방 지원 대기 중. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 라자. 뭔일 있어요? 에이, 깜짝이야.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
건설로봇 준비 완료. 계속하세요.
Should I just GG now or?
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
It's gonna be a yikes. It's a yikes. It's a mega yikes. This is what happens when there's only 5 people playing on the Korean ladder at one time. You can get matched against anybody.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
His palms are sweaty, knees weak. Well, I'm not nervous. Nervous is when you when you get matched versus someone you think you might be able to beat, but it'll be really hard. This is like, I don't know how to describe it. This is like, hey, you won a free boxing match with Muhammad Ali in his prime. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is, I'm gonna die. This is it. It's okay. I don't know. I accept my fate.
후방 건설로봇 준비 완료.
You won a free cage match with Aaron Donald. I'm like, no. Guys, can I pass? Can we not do the cage match with a,
후방 지원 대기 중.
you know, 6'4", 345-pound edge rusher? Can we? Aaron Donald plays tackle, right? He plays tackle. He's not edge. Well, he can do edge, can't he? He is a pass rusher, so he might as well be edge.
Command center upgrade.
저승사자가 도착했다. 왜? 뭐 필요한 거라도 있나? 알았다.
All right, maybe I'm thinking of Mekhi Becton then. Okay.
Build some supply depot.
Cage match with Mekhi Becton. That's something you don't want. So it was 2 Reapers, Reactor Tech Lab, and then just pretty much straight into the Cyclones of Magfield, right?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
좋다. 뭐야? 그게 다냐? 저승사자가 도착했다. 난 다 쓸어버리겠어.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
누구?
Aaron Donald's only 6'1".
건설로봇 준비 완료.
I don't think your body measurements matter anymore. I don't think people question your size anymore when you show that level of ability.
Not enough minerals.
Did you know that there? I mean, you know, there's actually quite a few running backs in the NFL that are the same height as me.
계속하세요.
Add on done.
Who's Miles Sanders, right? The Eagles guy. He's only 5'6". There's a few NFL running backs that are only 5'6".
후방 지원 대기 중.
Hard to get your hands around them when they're that small, because they're usually pretty quick. Also, when your body is that much lighter, when you got a size like that, it's a little bit less strain on your joints and shit when you're trying to make quick cuts and turns.
기다리고 있었습니다.
It's the kind of stuff that people don't really talk about, but
건설로봇
does mean something. It does mean
Grow on
something.
trees.
시스템 가동. 사이클론 출동 준비 완료.
Low center of gravity. Yeah, well, a lot of it has to do with it's hard to bring someone like that down.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
And also, it's easier on their body to make the types of movements that would allow them to get away from you.
명령을 내리실 겁니다. 명령을 내리실 겁니다. 다음은 누구니? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 자, 빨리.
Derrick Henry is hard to tackle, but a guy like Derrick Henry is also not the guy that's
Command center 2.0.
necessarily breaking ankles. He's just running you over, you know.
준비 완료.
A guy like Derrick Henry runs people over. He bulldozes. He's not a finesse runner, right? Tariq Cohen is 5'6". There you go.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
All right, guys, it's time for me to get in shape and start my NFL career, you know. There you go. Let's do it. Let's fucking go.
Research has concluded.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 무슨 일이죠? 후방 안 좋은 일인가요?
Minerals don't grow on. Your add-on is complete.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비.
Not enough Vespene gas. Fix that.
출동입니다. 뭐니? 누굴 찾?
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 출동 준비 완료.
사이클.
말해봐라. 진짜 망했다.
진입
건설로봇 준비 완료.
잘 알겠습니다.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
사이클론 이동 중.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
알겠습니다. 출동입니다.
No, you're gonna need.
깜깜하기 가동.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
목표물은 정.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 후방 지원 대기 중.
명령을 내리십시오.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
See? That guy thought he was being really mean to me and insulting me, but what he actually did was teach me something new.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Now I've got another build I can use. Thank you very much, Sword Saint Zeal, for the $5. Yeah, it's gonna be back. It's gonna be back. I didn't have internet for a couple weeks. It's unfortunate that now I've got fiber internet and it's all good. There was a reason why
준비 완료.
I was willing to wait. Who am I playing against that sparked this conversation?
Your command.
4GG.
Add on done. Swap away.
4GG. Formerly of OGS. Formerly of Millennium. Pretty good Terran player. He won a couple dream hacks here and there. Nothing big, right?
건설로봇 준비 완료. 네. 여기 지원이 필요하다. 말씀 듣고 있습니다.
시스템 이상 출구 명령
한바탕
대기 중.
쓸어볼까?
알았습니다. 다 쓸어버리겠어. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
명
무슨 일이죠? 계속하세요. 연료 채웠습니다. 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 준비 끝났습니다.
시스템 이상 출구 명령을 무엇을 원하는
한바탕 쓸어볼까? 전장으로 보내자.
다 쓸어버리겠어. 듣고 있습니다.
Workers win games. Protect.
Jesus! Yeah, well, that's 4GG for you. How did he have so many Marines this fast? Win a couple dream hacks and you'll find out. Oh, I actually thought I had something going there. It's better than my usual games against him. He has a lower MMR than the Terran player that I just played, actually. Your last memory of 4GG was when Stefano baited Widow Mines into Olive's Medivacs? Yeah. Cage match with Myles Garrett. Well, Myles Garrett's not afraid to break the rules and murder people on the field, so I would not want to fight him.
It's time to kick things off.
안 좋은 일인가요? 뭔일 있어요? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 무슨 후방 지원
Not
대기 중.
enough minerals. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
예, 대장. 무슨 일이죠? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 안 좋은 일. 무슨 일? 후방 후방
Supply depots are great. Build more or die.
Build more or die. Anybody got cool plans for this weekend, by the way? I know I already asked this question once, but I didn't
Minerals
get an
don't grow
answer
on
that made me happy. And you're gonna fix that now.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
You're gonna tell me something that makes me happy.
안 좋은 일. 무슨 일? 무슨 일이죠?
You better have some nice plans for yourself this weekend. Do you understand? Am I being crystal clear? Someone's like, oh my god, I've never felt more threatened about someone making sure I'm having a good time. You're goddamn right.
무슨 일이죠? 후방.
깜짝이야. 무슨 일이죠? 건설로봇 준비 완료.
You don't have enough Vespine gas. This costs gas, and you need more of it.
That's the lag right there.
좋은 일인가요?
And you try to put that depot, try to raise that depot on the
무슨 일이죠?
probe. I always pull that off on NA. Feels bad, man.
좋은 일인가요? 마음대로 하세요. 예, 예. 네.
Command center upgrade complete. Poor thing's all out of energy.
저승사자가 도착했다. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 예. 네네. 중요한 일인가? 후방 지원 대기
Kinda
중.
low on the minerals there, huh? Not enough minerals.
한판 붙어볼까요?
Additional supply depots required.
Twilight?
왜? 뭔일 있어요? 에이, 계속하세요. 건설.
Your SCVs are under attack.
자, 빨리.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more. Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 자, 다들 들. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 안 좋은 일이. 다음은 누구니? 기다리. 누구? 왜? 뭐 필요한 거라? 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Your add-on is complete. Not enough mineral. Minerals pay the bill.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Your command center. Minerals don't. Energy's too low to do that. Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
하늘에서 죽음이 망했다.
He's just chronoing that.
명령을 내리실 겁니까? 명령 받았어. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Add-ons finished.
한판 붙어볼까요, 송이?
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
시스템 가동. 사이클론 출동 준비 완료.
Did I get disconnected from chat? What?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Not enough Vespine gas.
Did Twitch chat die?
후방 지원
Did the stream go down? I don't think the stream went down. I don't know why. I just got a message, welcome to the chat room, like it disconnected from Twitch chat. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully you guys can hear me. If not, I'm sorry. Stream is up, chat is up. So my Twitch chat broke for no random reason. Oh my god, man, I didn't get to see... Dude, I asked this question. I'm like sitting here. I'm like, should I address the fact that I asked if everybody's going to have a fun weekend and no one replied? I'm like, should I say something? And like, nobody has anything to say about their weekend plans. I'm not going to lie. I got pretty sad for a second there, but I didn't see, like, everything just stopped. And then it's like, welcome back to chat. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even realize I wasn't in chat.
Are being liberated in the wars.
Dog. Congratulations, Diamond League Protoss player. You managed to hide a Dark Shrine. Merry congrats. He put it in a place I would never have checked. There you go. Means he's better than me. Your pool opens this weekend? See, that sounds fun. People gave quite a lot of their plans. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. Look, I can't control it. And Twitch just derped on me. Obviously, my internet didn't crash. Otherwise, the stream would have died, so... Battle Dome. Playing D&D and sitting here not doing things. Hey, that can also... You can still do that in a way that's fun, you know? CL19.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
There's other killers than the plague in DBD. Kappa. What do we got? Is this the same guy? Alright, I'm just gonna be... I gotta cheese, man. When you play versus shitty players like this who do these like awful dumb builds that don't win versus anything normal, you don't get to do fun stuff. So I'm not gonna do my fun build. I'm not gonna try and do some cool cyclone shit. I'm just gonna cheese him, and I'm probably gonna win this game very easily. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just gonna do my I'm tired of playing versus cheesy Protoss players strategy. I'm gonna assume this is the same guy that I just played against.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Not enough minerals. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more. Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
Oh, you actually got it? Jesus, man. Stay safe. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I imagine we're gonna see a pretty big uptick in cases soon. It's gonna be unfortunate.
SCVs didn't sign up to fight.
후방 지원 대기 중. 무슨 일이죠? 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
계속하세요. 뭔 일 있어요? 예, 예. 뭔 일 있어요?
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
무슨 일이죠? 네. 예. 알겠습니다.
There you go. You just wasted a whole chrono boost. Feels good, man.
Command Center 2.0.
I don't know any Terran players who feel bad when the Protoss recalls the probe. I don't know a single Terran player who would say no to that. You can never get to kill the probe again, but the Protoss player gets one less chrono boost for the whole game. I don't know a single Terran player who wouldn't take that deal.
Not enough minerals.
마음대로 하세요.
Minerals don't grow on
You
trees.
just recall a single probe. It's meant to be a power move. Protoss players do it because they think they're being like, oh, I'm gonna wave my dick in your face like you didn't get to kill my probe, bitch. And I'm like, do you understand how stupidly strong chrono boost is at the beginning of the game, and that you get one for free without having to do anything? You just get one for free, and you're gonna give that up over your scout? Yes, please always recall the probe. Actually, I'm just gonna say it. If you're a Protoss player and you don't recall the probe, you're obviously just bad at the game. So you should always recall the probe. Always recall the probe, guys.
알아들었다. 왜?
Add-ons finished.
I agree. You should always recall the probe. I'm dumb. Protoss players are very smart. Please always recall your probe. Chrono Boost gives a free probe, though. Chrono Boost gives several probes. Chrono Boost raises your probe count by significantly more than one. That was the Dark Shrine probe, by the way, that just got pushed back.
Minerals pay the GG.
Ah, okay, no, he was just regular greedy. Got him. Was this the same guy? Yes, it was. Thank the Lord. Get some of that MMR back if I can help it. You want to take advantage of your workplace letting you take off whenever you want because of it? Might as well, man. If they could take advantage of you, they probably would, right? Find that probe and kill it! Side note, another fantastic thing about moving to Las Vegas has been... This is not a sponsored message, but oh my God. I did miss being able to get Dunkin' Donuts. In case anybody didn't know, there aren't Dunkin' Donuts in Los Angeles. Now somebody will come in and point out that there are in fact 3. two of them in regularly inaccessible locations, and one of them not actually in Los Angeles. There is one that just opened in the Glendale Galleria, which is, you know, Glendale is not actually in the physical city of Los Angeles. It's in the mall, so you can't drive through it. You have to go to the fucking mall to go to a Dunkin' in Glendale, which is, for all intents and purposes, insane. And it's not a real Dunkin' because it doesn't follow regular hours that you would normally want to go get coffee. And you can't drive there.
Don't be like me, please.
But yeah. The only Dunkin' Donuts I've seen in Los Angeles is the one at the American Airlines terminal, which is also regularly inaccessible to the average person. Unless you are going to get on a plane or coming back from a plane that was on American Air, you pretty much can't get Dunkin' Donuts in Los Angeles. Yeah, no. It probably just wouldn't make enough money because there's so many hipster coffee shops. And I love hipster coffee shops because I live next to one. And even out in Vegas, there's still hipster coffee shops. And they're fantastic. But sometimes I'm just like, sometimes I just want a coffee and a donut for $4. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't want to have to spend $10 on a snack and a coffee. And sometimes I do, but not always. Not always. Recall the probe, bitch. Do it.
Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
Hey, oh, Yeski. Hi, honey, baby. We got our internet? Yeah, we did. It took a while, but we got there.
Command center upgrade complete.
누굴 중요한 일인가? 하늘에서 사신이 두렵지 않나? 준비 완료. 하늘에서 누굴 처리해 줄까? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 중요한 일인가? 저승사자가 도착했다.
The air freshener just sprayed, and for some reason, I caught it in my peripheral. You love hot chocolate? Dude, hot chocolate's awesome. Damn. Well, I never really went to Starbucks growing up. There weren't a lot of them in Scranton because, you know, it's kind of a poor area. Median, you know, you're on the lower side of the median income. Also, we were dirt poor, so if we were gonna treat ourselves and buy coffee, certainly wasn't gonna be there. So it's nice. It's nice. It's just nice having that as an option. Still love Starbucks, but it's just nice to have options. Options, 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 options.
Supply depots are great. Build more or die.
Options, calls, and spy puts.
Supply depots don't build themselves, you know.
Hey, 깜짝이야! 뭐 필요한 거라도 있나?
You don't have enough Vespine gas.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 하늘 말해봐라. 자신이 두렵지 않나? 저승사자가 도착했다. 알아들었다. 물론이지. 왜? 뭐?
Alright, now he's gonna just do mass stalkers.
준비 완료.
He's gonna mass stalkers.
왜? 뭐 필요한 건 중요한 일. 누굴
Add on done.
처리해줄까?
Not enough minerals.
네. 가자. 사신이 두렵지 않나? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 필요한 거라도 있나? 그렇게 하죠. 간다.
Thank you for the 3-year resub, my dude.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 누굴 중요한 일인가?
Build some supply depots. Don't be like me, please.
안 좋은 일인가요?
준비 끝났습니다. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
누가 호출하셨어? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 갑니다. 간다. 말씀은 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
At no
Minerals pay the
signal though.
bills, Mine more. Minerals don't grow on trees, you know.
건설로봇 준비
Not
완료.
enough minerals.
That didn't last too long, right?
말씀하시오, 사령. 아, 그렇소. 알겠습니다. 자, 빨리.
Ah, that was your mistake, Nate. That's fine.
후방 지원 대기 중.
I'm learning.
예, 알았다고요? 안 좋은 무슨 일이죠?
I can't do stuff like that when I play on Korea.
일 있어요?
Command Center 2.0 ready to go.
All the fancy pants micro that I normally like to do, I can't really
Minerals
do it
don't
here.
grow on trees, you know.
And that's okay.
안 좋은 일인가요? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 헤이! 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Oh my god. He really does build DTs every fucking game.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 아, 예. 어? 건설로봇
엔진 소리 죽이는데? 뭐라고 하셨죠? 확실히
몸이 근데. 다음은 누구니? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 기다리고 있어. 자,
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
이번. 자, 출동 준비 완료. 자. 네. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Not in the research is ready. Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
통신 상태 양호. 이상무.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
He's researching DT Blink.
몸 좀 써볼까? 뭐라고 하셨죠?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
확인 완료. 위험은
건설로봇
상태
준비
양호.
완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
연료 채웠습니다. 준비 완료.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
출동 중. 뭐라? 이상무.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
파워버 주겠어. 듣고 있어요.
Oh, I have no sound now. The dog just pulled out my headphone cable. Rip.
이쯤이야.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
수신 중. 통신 상태 양호. 네, 갑니다. 엔진 소리 죽이는데?
후방 지원 대기 중.
Command Center upgrade.
건설로봇 준비. 다음은 누구니? 건설로봇 준비 완료. 헤이, 깜짝.
You mined out a mineral field. Good thing you've got more of those, right?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
You've mined out. Game paused. Don't. The show goes on. Game paused.
I just need a
Don't
second to
get
plug
too
this back
close.
in. Be really nice. He's giving me this look like he's like, what did I do? What did I do?
The show goes on.
기다리고 있어.
준비 끝났습니다.
확인. 듣고 있어요.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
그렇게 하죠.
자, 빨리 빨리.
Can't build there.
마음대로.
It's gonna be really hard to take another base because this guy is playing weird.
You've depleted that mineral field. You've mined out some of your minerals.
파워 부어주겠어. 네? 이상우. 뭐라고 하셨? 네? 목표 확인. 지옥으로 보내지 마. 왔어. 맡겨주세요. 뛰어간 챔피언. 확인 완료. 알았다 오바.
연료 채웠습니다. 준비 완료.
엔진 소리 죽이는데? 이상.
안 좋은 일인가요?
뭐라고 하셨죠? 몸 좀 써볼까? 허비 출력 최대로.
Research complete.
어디 한번 놀아볼까?
Add-on done. Swap away.
파워 부어주겠어. 확실히 끝내. 듣고 있... 뭐라고?
예. 후방 지원 대기 중.
준비 끝났습니다.
갑니다. 간다.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more. Minerals don't.
엔진 소리 죽이는데?
Landing canceled. Might be a Zergling or two under there.
듣고 있습니다.
네.
Not enough minerals. Add-ons finished.
수신 중.
다음은
Minerals pay the bills.
연료 채웠습니다.
엔진 소리 죽이는데?
무슨 일이죠?
듣고 있어요. 확실히 끝내죠. 뭐라고 하셨죠?
Your command center's got some new toys.
뭔 일 있어요?
He just has so many
가세요.
DTs that I don't know, I'm nervous, right?
깜짝이야.
네? 간단하군요. 출동 중. 장전 완료. 출발하. 지역으로. 이상우. 알았다 오바. 탑이. 엔진 소리 죽이는데? 몸 좀 써볼까? 진입 중. 커버지겠어. 네, 갑니다. 이쯤이야. 네? 장전 완료.
Research is ready.
대장님. 에이, 깜짝이야.
That looks cool, but you can't build there.
무슨 일이죠?
준비 끝났습니다.
안 좋은 일인가?
듣고 있어. 수신.
목표는 어디 있습니까?
Your add-on is complete.
몸이 근질. 말씀을
You mined out a mineral field. Upgrade complete.
이쯤이야.
후방 지원 대기 중. 자, 다들. 네.
레이디, 레이디.
기다리고 있어. 이번엔 명령을 시작합니다. 기다리고 있어. 이번엔 다음은 누구니? 에이, 깜짝이야. 자, 다들
You
그렇지.
mined out a mineral field. Good thing you've got more of those, right?
듣고 있어요. 장전 완료.
후방 지원 대기 중. 그렇게.
You're gonna need more gas to fuel those beams. This costs gas, and you're kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
Yeah, no, this is just mass
You've depleted that
DT,
mineral field.
isn't it?
Your research has concluded.
수신 중.
You've mined out some of your minerals.
What, pry into carriers or some shit?
네, 갑니다. 출동 중.
What do weirdos like this do?
맡겨주세요. 이상무. 터빈 출력 최대로. 진입 중. 그렇게 하죠. 좋아. 통신 상태.
Minerals, your research has concluded.
간단하군요. 듣고 있어요. 메이데이, 메이데이.
You've exhausted that Vespine geyser.
안 좋은 일인가요?
Not enough minerals.
수신 중. 네? 확인 완료. 파워주기.
에이, 깜짝이야.
You've depleted that mineral.
누가 호출하셨어?
Geyser depleted. You've bled the planet dry.
누가 호출하셨어?
맡겨주세요. 내가 왔다. 이상무. 네?
Doesn't have an observer.
듣고 있어요. 출동 중. 위험한 지점이야. 이쯤이야.
You're gonna need more gas to fuel those means.
그렇게 하죠.
You mined out a mineral field. Good thing you've got more.
안 좋은 일인가요?
You need to build that somewhere else. Your forces are under attack. Not enough Vespine gas. Fix that.
해주는데 전성력으로.
명령을 내리실 겁니까?
Command center.
메이데이, 메이데이.
Your command center's got some new toys. This costs gas, and you need more of it. Command center upgrade complete. You've mined out some of your minerals.
누가 호출하셨어?
알겠습니다.
연결.
Mined out a mineral field. Good thing you've got more of those, right?
좋습니다. 걱정 마십시오. 이번에
아, 그렇소.
에이, 말씀하십시오. 여기 지원이 필요합니다. 무슨 일이죠? 예.
무슨 일이요?
You don't have enough Vespine gas.
안 좋은 일인가요? 에이, 깜짝이야.
누가 호출하셨어?
The enemy's taking fire at your forces. Not enough Vespine gas. Fix that.
Oh, I don't have a barracks anymore. I see.
네.
말씀하시죠, 대장.
Some bad guys closing in on your army.
간철로만 나가신
무슨 일이요? 뭐?
무슨 일이죠? 예.
아, 그렇소. 누가 호출하셨어? 다 쓸어버리겠어.
Your forces are under attack.
함정이다. 문제 없어요.
You've mined out some of your minerals.
끝나세요, 대장.
Hey, man, that's a lot of free DTs to kill.
You're gonna need more gas to fuel those means. Your base is getting blasted. You depleted that mineral field. You didn't build your base just because it's blown up, did you? Energy's too low to do that.
항로 설정.
에이, 뭔 일 있어요?
Your base is getting blasted.
잘못 들었습니다. 한바탕 놀아볼까?
뭐 그렇게 하겠소. 말씀하시오. 아, 그렇소.
This costs gas, and you need more of it. Poor things all upgrade complete.
말씀하시오,
mined out some of your minerals.
네네, 함정이다.
I meant to
You
retreat.
don't have enough Vespine gas. You've depleted that mineral. Not enough energy. Energy's too low to do that.
다 쓸어버리겠어.
무슨 일이죠? 누가 호출하셨어?
I use hold position repair a lot.
아, 지루하다. 전성력으로.
아, 그럼 말씀하시오, 사령관.
You're gonna need more gas to fuel those units.
말씀하시오.
화력 지원 가능하시죠?
Upgrade ready.
Aww.
Mineral field.
말씀하시오, 사령관.
무슨 일이시죠?
연결됐소.
Not enough Vespine gas. Fix that.
누가 호출하셨어? 에이, 깜짝이야.
Looks like you lose, bitch.
너도 얼굴 보자. 여기요. 거기 싸움으로 함정이다. 누가 호출하셨어?
예, 문제 없어요. 오호, 그렇죠. 깜짝 봅시다. 듣고 있으니까 내가 왔다.
Guys are depleted. Minerals a phenomenal finish.
Took you long enough.
무슨 일이죠?
Poor thing's all out of energy.
듣고 있... 무슨 일이? 누가 호출하셨어?
출동이다.
보르가 왔다. 갑니다. 부르셨어? 말씀하시오, 사령관. 아, 뭔 일이
Well, as soon as the guy suicided 20 Dark Templar into my base, I was like, okay, I feel pretty good here.
Command center 2.0.
When he threw all those DTs onto my planetary, I'm like, does this work? Do you beat people with this? Yeah, a little too late for the fleet beacon transition, huh? Shame. Shame. Shame.
Upgrade complete.
Shame. Shame.
Mined out a mineral field. Good thing you've got more of those, right?
아, 그렇소. 누가 호출하셨어? 연결.
You've mined out some of your minerals.
말씀하시오,
Sorry, guys. It's really fun to do this. You think Reaper proxy into Battlecruiser is a good build? I think any build that you enjoy doing that you can reliably pull off more than once is probably worth doing. If you can only ever win one singular game with it and never win again against anybody else, it's probably not a good build. But you know what? If you can take a game off of somebody every now and again doing something stupid, by all means do it. You know what I'm saying? Live your best life. Live your best life. That's all I got. That's all I got. You know? No need to apologize at all. Hey, man, look, you're talking to the #1 resting bitch face guy in all of StarCraft, okay? Everybody thinks everything I say is with some sort of weird, negative, derogatory tone. So I try to throw as many apologies or random reminders in there as I can so that people don't think that I'm being a dick all the time. It's hard. It is hard. Yeah, no, it's been really good. Not on the CNC remaster hype train. Well, I was going to try and play it off stream first. Honestly, I thought about streaming it today, but I had other priorities. First of all, I was feeling really sick today. I was pretty sick earlier. I had a really bad migraine this morning. It just kind of hit me out of nowhere. But I wanted to set up the YouTube stream today, so that's what I was doing. I'm pretty interested to see how it looks. I'll take another look at it after the stream is over. But yeah, what little time I had to do anything and get stuff done today, I put it towards getting the other broadcast available. Wow. NFL publicly apologized. We admit we were wrong for not listening to NFL players earlier and encourage all to speak out and peacefully protest. Well, that's about the greatest. That's about the best thing I could imagine. That's wild. Yeah, no, I took an Advil. I just drank water. I mean, I would have started my stream at 10 a.m. again. At 10 a.m. is kind of when I want to go live because we get up really early now. But you know, it was about like 9:30. 9:30. I just had a splitting headache out of nowhere, so I was like, I'm just gonna drink water and take an Advil and just chill out. So that's what I did. That's why I started later. Do you think StarCraft should publicly apologize for Protoss being OP? I don't have a laugh reel, I'm sorry. What's really early for you, Nate? Well, we've been waking up at around 7:15-ish. I've been waking up probably closer to like 6:30. No, it's good news. Hey, man, if somebody ever comes up to you and apologizes for something they did in the past, and there's not some weird ulterior motive that's really obvious for why they would do that, sometimes it's best to bury hatchets. The only thing that stress does, especially needless stress, is make you die a little bit faster than you're supposed to. So every time you sit there screaming at somebody that you don't know or care about, and you're like, yeah, well, they're just assholes, you make your life a little bit shorter. If they apologize and they don't kick anybody off the field for taking a knee during the anthem or whatever, they let people peacefully protest, then yeah. What are you going to do? Hate someone forever? It's kind of dumb. You can't just hate someone forever. It doesn't really help. It doesn't really do anything, does it? Did you see the owners of Ben & Jerry's got arrested? Did they? What? Didn't they put out one of the best updates? Or did their account get hacked? That it's stunning that they would apologize. Yeah, no. I mean, I always thought of them as people who saw themselves as better than others. You know, the difference between somebody being able to come out and make an apology like that, and then somebody like, you know, a moron in chief, is that you'll never hear a single actual apology out of Donald Trump's mouth for anything. You'll never hear a sincere apology out of his mouth for anything ever, because that man is incapable of coming to terms with the fact that he could ever do anything wrong. Whether or not you support him, you will never hear him apologize for anything he does. Unless it's a sarcastic joke or something weird. But the NFL, I actually would have put on the same level. I would not have expected the NFL to ever, I don't know, even for lip service, I wouldn't have thought that they would do that. So to me, that is a big deal. To me, that is a big deal. Just like if Donald Trump came out and was like, hey, I'm sorry I gassed people so I could, for a photo op at a church that I don't go to. If he apologized sincerely for that, I'd be floored. I think my head might explode. Now the puppy found. He's got his, we gave him a piece of crappy Tupperware from before the move. That's fine, Jay Rich. It's progress. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the only reason they're doing it is because they thought something bad was going to happen. If they actually make changes that do end up benefiting
Not enough
people's
minerals.
First Amendment rights and being able to go on a big stage and be like, yeah, it's wrong to kill people. You know what? I don't care if they do it for money at that point. As long as they enable the people that are a part of their organization to speak up about it.
건설로봇 준비.
At the end of the day,
뭔일 있어요? 무슨
at the end of the day, that's the only thing that, you know, is actually going to help.
깜짝이야.
They could mean it and then not change the rules and be like, hey, it's still, you're still at work. They could mean it very sincerely and then not change the rules. Be a lot less helpful than giving a fake apology and allowing people to at least speak their mind, you know?
건설로봇 준비 완료. 갑니다. 네.
No one really cares what Roger Goodell has to say anyway. People care a lot more about the players that they watch from their teams or the organizations that are involved, you know?
건설로봇 준비
There's a big difference there in my mind.
네. 건설로봇 준비.
Workers win games. Protect them.
Yeah.
아이씨고.
But it's kind of, I mean, some of that stuff just kind of falls back to like tribalist mentality where someone's like, well, you see, they're not my team. So if they're apologizing, it's because it's a trap because they're trying to get me. And then you turn into one of those weird people that lives in their basement with a tinfoil hat talking about the deep state. And you're like, no, you don't understand. No, George Soros busting people to all 50 states, including Alaska. Oh, I'm like, okay. Anyone got a straight jacket for this guy? Because
Are under attack.
I don't think we're ever gonna get a rational thought out of him again.
뭔일
Your
있어요?
command center's got some new toys.
One man put giant crowds in every single state within 3 days. It was all a giant plan by the deep state. I'm like, man, there's believable shit and there's shit that's not believable. I've seen some pretty good conspiracy theories about 9/11 being an inside job. You know, there's been some pretty weirdly well-written stuff put out about that, but the thing one guy somehow managed to get fake protesters in literally every single state for no reason other than to loot shit is kind of insane. That's about the part where my brain's like,
하늘에서 사신이 두렵지 않나.
that's not something maybe I'm just too stupid to be able to wrap my head around that, but one of those, you know, stuff like that, you're like, conspiracies are weird. Don't forget other countries. Yes, you're right. Yes, with all the travel bans we have, they managed to fly a bunch of people in with no accents. They managed to fly in a bunch of fake American actors. They got all the England sent a bunch of people. They're all Brits who know how to do the U.S. accent. That's right.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Oh man, seriously.
Add-ons finished. Command center upgrade.
건설로봇 준비.
Not enough energy.
Oh yeah. Americans are protesting another. Oh yeah, right. You're right. There are protests happening outside the U.S. as well, and I assume all the batshit fucking crazy people also think that this Soros guy, whoever he is also apparently running that shit too.
준비 완료. 무슨 일이죠?
Nathanius, you sound exactly like what a paid Soros shill would say. How much are they giving you? Fake news. I'm like, oh.
Minerals pay the
But that's the
bills.
thing, to those people, there is literally nothing that could possibly ever prove them wrong. Wait, this is the DT guy. What am I thinking? Just build an eBay, Nate. You know you're gonna get DT rushed, right? Get a starport, get Ravens.
건설로봇 준비 완료.
I already know what this guy's gonna do. Why am I?
여기는 사이클론. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 사이클론 이동 중. 통신 채널 이상 없습니다. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 전선.
Poor things all
건설로봇
kind of low.
조종력 가동.
If your response to everything in the world is that some weird secret shadow organization that somehow secretly controls everything except for, you know, like all the publicly visible stuff, you might be insane, okay?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
The reason why you showed up to the grocery store and they were out of the regular flavor of Cheez-Its is not because the deep state sent 20 Antifa agents to go steal all of the Cheez-Its before you got there, specifically to fuck you over so that you wouldn't have your favorite snack.
Research complete. Supply depots are great. Build more.
갑니다. 간다고요. 무슨 얘기죠?
Additional, not enough minerals. Build some supply depots. Don't be like me, please.
목표물은 정하셨습니다. 자, 누굴 처치하면 됩니까?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I wanted to buy Cheddar Jack Cheez-Its. What are you talking about?
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 자, 빨리. 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Am I hyped? Am I gonna try for GSL? What, like try to play in GSL? No. No, that doesn't sound fun at all. Why would I want to play in GSL? That sounds like that would be really, really, really hard. And not at all worth the time that I would have to invest to be able to do something like that.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 지원이
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
명령 대기 중.
자, 통신 채널 이상 없습니다. 대장다고요.
무엇을 원하십니까?
건설로봇 준비 완료.
통신사 명령을 내리십시오. 전 시스템 이상 중.
It didn't drop my...
건설로봇 준비 완료.
Command center upgrade complete.
건설로봇 준비 완료. 연료 채웠습니다. 준비 완료.
목표물은 정. 통신 채널 이상
건설로봇 준비 완료. 건설로봇 준비 완료. 자, 건설로봇 준비 완료.
Oh my god, he's got a fully saturated third. Alright, I think I'm done playing StarCraft for the day. This isn't fun. I'm gonna play 10 games in a row where I get mass stalkered every single game. I think I'd rather take a cyanide pill. I do believe that I would rather inflict massive self-damage than play more StarCraft if this is what it's gonna be every game. That's the wrong scene. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. There we go. Fully saturated third. He actually already had +1 blink charge. And he had how many? 6 gateways. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very fun game we have here. Where this guy can take 3 more bases and then also have 7 times as much army supply. What an incredibly not fun game. All right. I think I'll just wrap up the stream, guys. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hope everything went well as far as the test stream stuff goes. And I hope that you're all doing well. Stay safe. Remember, absolutely nobody deserves to get brutally murdered by the police. All right? All right. I'm out, bitches.